types of matter. If you traveled the world, what common types of matter would you expect to see? You might be able to identify certain substances known as elements and compounds. Water would be one of the most common compounds you would find. Water covers over 70% of the Earth, and you can find water molecules in the form of ice, snow, rain, fog, or steam. Did you realize that although these forms of water seems different, each is composed of molecules or the same compound? Each form of water is composed of atoms of the same two elements, hydrogen and oxygen. All atoms molecules found on Earth, like water, can have different states, or forms. You will study the different forms of matter in this lesson. Before you learn about the different forms that matter can take, let's review some of the characteristics of matter. All matter has mass and volume. Mass is a measure of the quantity of matter. Volume is the space matter takes up. You probably know that all matter is made up of atoms and that atoms can group together to form molecules. The smallest unit of the element gold is an atom. The smallest unit of water is a molecule. Therefore, the smallest units that have the characteristics of these particular substances can be atoms or molecules. In this lesson, the term particle will be used for the smallest unit of matter. All particles of matter are in constant motion. Soon you will explore how constantly moving particles influence different forms of matter. These are two characteristics associated with the motion of particles that influence the form of matter. These two characteristics are the attraction between particles and the energy possessed by particles. Click on each button in any order to learn more. There are different sources of attraction between particles. All matter pulls on other matter with an attraction that is related to the mass. You probably recognize this type of attraction as gravity. The pull of gravity is tiny atoms and molecules is very small. However, there is another type of attraction that has a greater effect on the form that matter take. This attraction is associated with chemical bonds and tiny electrical charges related to the structure of atoms and molecules. Sometimes, attractions are strong enough to hold particles close together and must be overcome for particles to move apart. In particles that will form bonds, the closer particles are, the more likely they are to form chemical bond. The farther apart particles are, the less likely it is that they will form attractions as bonds. The particles in matter have energy, which affects the form of matter. Energy can be thought of as ability to do work or cause some type of change. There are many different types of energy that you can learn about in future studies. To understand how energy affects the form of matter, however, you need to understand that there is a type of energy related to the movement of atoms. The more motion particles have, the more energy they have.